So for these Monday workshops, what we're going to do is, because this is also a place for new people to Pagewheel to come in, we're going to start with, I'm going to do the quick walkthrough of here's how you use Pagewheel to make something. And then questions from anybody who's stuck on anything, any question, so we can make sure people are unstuck. And then we're going to roll into the workshop that I have prepared, which today is 365 days of social media content. Yay! So that is how, that is the framework for this workshop. That sound good? Okay. All right, so let me share. So first, can everybody see this? Okay, good. Okay. And I see some new faces. If I haven't met you yet, hey, welcome. Good to see you. Okay, so Pagewheel. If you're here for the first time, this is your Pagewheel dashboard. And Pagewheel essentially has two halves to it. It has, oops, gotta record. Okay, it has two halves to it. One where you can create your digital product and its website and delivery page and everything that goes along with that. Or if it's not a digital product, say you're making an event page for a workshop you have coming up, the website, the web page builder. So basically, the delivery, making the thing and the way to deliver it is on one side. So you're going to spend a little bit of time here creating that. But then the other half of Pagewheel is copy packs, which is where you're going to spend most of your time making the things to promote yourself and your business and engage with your audience. Those are the two halves to Pagewheel. So just a quick walkthrough of how to create a digital product. We're going to go to the product builder here from your dashboard. And some people coming into Pagewheel already have things. So there is an option on here to upload a PDF. You can do that. We have ready-made pages that you can grab and edit. And then we also have AI-assisted, the page-by-page product builder is your AI-assisted, make your page and put content in it for you around what it is that you want to provide for your audience. So not going to upload a PDF, that's kind of obvious. And you can do all three of these things for any one product. So it doesn't matter where you start, you're still going to be able to do any of these things while you're building it. So you'll see that. So just to show you the ready to edit products, we have a library of what we call batches that are ready to go. And you can search by topic. You can search by niche. That's loading right now. So to make it easy to find things, any of these, you can just click on the thumbnail and it'll give you a view of what the pages inside of it look like. And these are designed to be used as is, but you can also just be aware that when we get to the product builder, you can edit the pages, you can duplicate them, you can delete them. So sometimes we know, hey, I want a calendar in my product, or other times it's like, oh, I'm just looking for a page that'll do this. And I'm going to edit it when I see the layout that I want, if I just want this one page. So, so we might be making a workbook or an ebook that we want a calendar on the end. And you can pick up to 6 of these. And once you've selected the batches that you want, you're now just entering the workflow. And the whole idea behind Pagewheel is to be able to make something quickly and not get lost in infinite decision points. So that's why we have ready to go things. What's that?
Amen, sister.
Yeah, right? That never happens. I can't even pick which
We
color.
all overthink. We're like, and I have to keep asking myself, what is the goal? What do I want to put out into the world? Just stick with that idea instead of, oh, I wish this block was here. Oh, I wish this word wasn't here. Oh, I wish this was this way. You just put it out there.
Your audience has no idea what you had in mind to start with versus what you ended with. They have no idea. And most of the time, what you end with is different because that's the creative process. And your audience tells you if it's good or not. But if you know your audience, you're going to make it good. So, okay, so here we are. This is where you set up your branding. These first three, my base colors is for your text. Accent colors are your brand. So we have some ready-made palettes in here. And then if you already have brand colors for your business, you just click on add custom colors and you can go through here one by one and change the colors. We recommend that you follow the pattern that's there, where in particular, your darkest color should be the second one and your least used color, the last one, or accent color. Okay, so you pick your colors. There's, yep. Did you have a question or a comment? Anybody? Okay. Okay. So when you have made these selections, this page is not, unless you chose it in a batch, it's not going to be there. This is just an example to show you what this palette of colors looks like on a page. So when you've got that all selected, you click looks good next. And here, so you can see this grabbed this name from one of the two batches that I selected. But ebook essentials is just a batch of normal book page layouts. I should have shown you guys that when I was shooting. But here's where you want to put your title. So what are we doing? How to I don't know, prep your house for a breeze. Okay. Let's say that's lead magnet we're making. I'm a real estate agent and I want this for my audience. And this little icon here can give you is your AI assist. If you don't like it, it's going to wing off of that and give you some other ideas that probably sound better. So a house winterization planner, home freeze survival manual. That sounds really melodramatic. I'm going to do that because I want to survive the freeze that everybody else in the country laughs at because I live in Houston, Texas. So we freak out when a Slurpee drops on the ground, All right, and then your subtitle, also AI assist based on your title. Oh, that's all about, oh, it went super survival. And meals, that's interesting. That probably has to do with the other batch. So I'm going to go back to prepare my home for a freeze. So especially if you have cutesy or snazzy, more marketing-ish names, sometimes you have to go back in here and use more plain language so it understands what you're trying to do. So I went for melodrama and then it went super survival mode on me. It's like, okay, how to protect your pipes, best ways to winterize your home. I like that one. So we're going to go with that. And next up is covers. We have a bunch of ready-made covers that you can just cycle through here and pick one that you like. Or you can select no cover if you either say you were uploading a PDF and you were just adding some pages here, or you already had a cover, you wanted to make a cover in Canva, you have choices on how you want to do that. I'm just going to pick one, say looks good next. So we've done our branding, we have our cover, I selected some pages, and here's the actual product that I'm building. And here's where I can go back in. And if I want to rethink what I did, I can fix it from here. And as far as the branding goes, and I can also go, man, maybe that was a crazy, it's making my eyeballs cross cover choice. I'm going to go with something different. So you can always go back. You can always go back and edit anything you do. But it's better to go forward and just make some decisions, get it done, and you can get that full done draft and everything out there. And then you can always go back and change it if you really, really want to. But your audience needs you to get it out there. So better to get it out there. Okay, so here we are in the product builder. And you can see, so it's possible to save a page. Really recommend you make an About Me page and save that and put that in all of your products that has, so your audience always remembers this thing they have is from you. and has links in it to get to where you live, to your website, to your whatever it is that, your Facebook group or wherever it is you want your audience to go, save that page and add it to all of your products. This is how you access pages that you save. And now we're getting into just, hey, I'm going to build my product. So we have this carousel where we can pick which page do we want to work on right now. But we also have a grid view, which is where I can take these are from those batches that I selected, and then I can rearrange them if I want to. Doesn't make any sense to rearrange a calendar, but anyway, you get the idea. You can rearrange them here and then X this out to go back here and do the actual on-page editing. And what I mentioned at the beginning was once you're here, you can always add more. So you can add a DIY assisted page. We'll do that next. I could go back to that library and add another batch. I can upload a PDF that I want to integrate into this product. So you don't have to go back anywhere. This capability is here. So let's look at, I mentioned about me pages. We'll go to add a page. And here we can select an about me page. And we have a couple different layouts. We're going to add this page. If you have put your photo into your account settings, it will automatically populate it, or it should. We'll see. It did not. Should do it on the sales page, so we'll see what happens. But here's where you can add your image, AI image. I don't know if I do an AI image generation on an about me page, but anyway, so we added it. It always adds it to the end. So we'd like go back to our grid view, get this about me page, and make it your welcome page. So here's the cover. Hi everybody. Here's the thing that you got from me, and here's all the wonderful things it's going to do for you, and you're going to love it. And here's where you can find me later for more good stuff. That's what you want on your about me page. Okay, so say our product is finished. We think it's ready to go. We say looks good next. And this is a chance to see what is it going to look like. Do I have all of my pages in the order that I want? And also you can get a screen recording of you clicking this, and it's good for your social media content. By the way, just pro tips here of ways to use this fun little animation. And this is just a carousel view of the same thing to just double check. And then don't freak out, just publish it. You can always go back and edit it. And then when you publish it again, it will update those changes. So don't get stuck, just keep going. So right now it's rendering the PDF from all the things that we did. And when it's done, it's going to give us a link to the PDF, just that PDF that we made. So because there are some people, you may not want an opt-in page or sales page or delivery page and all that to go with it. Say you want to make something that you're just going to share in your Facebook group and that you already have all those emails, so you don't need it to be a lead magnet. This is just more stuff you're providing for your audience. This is where you can just download now. This is the link, and this is what they would see when they click on that link. It's like, here's the PDF, and they can just go ahead and download it. So if all you want is a product, at this point, you're done. Okay, but we're going to go ahead and make a landing page for this. Say we want to use this as an opt-in. I'm a real estate agent, right? I want to build my audience, want to help out my people because they refer more people to me, and people move on average every 5 to 6 years. I have repeat customers as a real estate agent, so I want to keep giving them good stuff and nurture my audience. So this still has my dramatic title, so I need to be careful about, definitely, you always want to read what it creates for you, but I am anticipating it, struggling with creating this for the topic that I want. So, it picked up the batch names, and so I kind of knew that was going to happen. So here we go, how to prepare your home for a freeze and hit the AI refresh.
I've noticed that too. Sometimes, Janine, it will pick up the name of the batch, and it's
Mm-hmm.
hard to get it to undo
Yeah.
that. But this just gave me a great idea, and Deanna probably is thinking the same thing, that if we have real estate clients, this would be a great way to get them to start using Pagewheel too, to show them how they could throw this out as a lead magnet. Hmm.
So if you're new here, it's like people use Page Wheel different ways. The you use it just for your own business. Some people are Page Wheel affiliates, so they're showing other people how to use it for themselves. And then we also have Page Wheel agencies where people are managing Page Wheel accounts for their clients. So there's all kinds of different use cases for this. So it might be like, hey, say I made this and April has real estate agents. It's like she can just grab this and share it to her account, and she can provide that as a service to her real estate clients as an agency, or show them how to use it, how to do it themselves. Or
Come
just
on.
even better, just give it to them so they can use it, right? Because we can share things from one account to another. And then it's already done. And all they have to do is fix their branding so it matches theirs. Okay, so this is actually a
Okay,
button.
come on, Maggie. Maggie. Maggie.
Oh,
Mm.
sorry. That's funny. I have my little helper here too. Okay, so to edit anything on the sales page, you click on the text for that section. So here, like it didn't create a title for me, but I was gonna go with, sorry, up here. This is actually a button, and so I want it to look like a button, and I want to use my bright click me consistent color on all my buttons. So I'm rolling through here to fix that first because that's easy. And then again, when there's nothing in this, sorry, I'm skipping around really fast. So I can hit refresh again, see if it can get me a better headline. And it's failing. Okay, so we found the bug. Actually, this is something that is being worked on today. We had it, Rachel and Holly and I had a meeting. So this should be producing headlines and it's not. If you're ever not getting them or it's just not giving you what you want, I would just like to point out that, let's see, how can I do this without losing that really quick? Um, Copy packs, it's copy. So it's always a good source for things. We'll jump over to copy packs, and I would just like to show you that we have, though its intent is for promotion, we have a copy pack called viral hooks and descriptions, and that's a great place to get catchy headlines and stuff too. So if we're in copy packs, and we go to social content, let me see, viral hooks and descriptions. We pick that, and I'm like, to prepare my house for a freeze. Checklist, so it knows what it is. Checklist for real estate agents, agent lead magnet. Then I could go here, click, take me to my copy. Ten genius hacks to winter-proof your home, right? Okay, are you worried about freezing temperature? I'm just gonna go with the first one. So I'm feeling melodramatic today, so I'm picking all the melodramatic answers. And I'm just gonna throw this in. Oh, that was terrible. Comes to winter-proof your home. Okay, done. Let's see. Oh, when I regenerated it, ooh, it lost my savings. Yeah, you can cycle through here to get just different palette color combinations, but I like the dark blue. I just wanted red buttons. Okay, so once you've got your sales page, make sure and read through it out loud because this is perfectly designed around marketing psychology, but you still want to make sure it sounds like you. If there's sometimes there are certain words that we never use or we always use and we want in there. So read through it, especially the about me part, and make sure it's actually about you and makes sense. And then now you've got your opt-in page for the lead magnet that you made. You can do design-wise, again, we still want to keep it quick, so don't get stuck, but you can hit this refresh the section and get a few different layouts for your hero section to make it look the way you want and match your style. And you can always, if you want to get fancy, you can hit this plus and you can add more sections. But if you're here for the very first time, don't get lost in that. Just, it's got everything you need from the beginning. It's got the above the fold elements laid out to catch people's attention. And for the super excited people, click right away. And these buttons will get them down to the opt-in form so they can grab it. And the general flow is this is the thing. Here's all the things that'll do for you. The emotional buyers or opt-iners will go right away, and then it transitions for the logical people who need to read everything all the way down to the very end and get all the details. And that order is important and very intentional. So I wouldn't rearrange these too much. It's really ready to go for you. So that's the sales page. And when you're ready, say looks good next. I forgot to mention, so I was doing a lead magnet example. It's also a sales page. So you can go in here and make it any price you want if you're selling your product versus using it as a lead magnet. But it's the same workflow, the same product builder. So here we are on the delivery page. You can also, again, this is a pretty cool mock-up sometimes to take a picture of. I have boring looking pages. Your pages will probably be more exciting than table of contents and blank text. But you can take a screenshot of the mock-up for your social media. And then down here, we have these two sections. This one will get them the actual, when they click this button, that will get them the manual. And we have on here a place to join your community because Rachel's specialty has been around growing multi-seven-figure businesses organically through community and relationships. And so she wants to really encourage everyone to do the same. It's really powerful, but if you're not doing that yet, or you don't have a place, or you just don't want it on there, you can click on any of the text here to get the section editor and you can hide it. Or you can also change this language both on this section and on the button. Say you want to send them to your website or somewhere, download the thing, but find me over here. You can do that too. It doesn't have to be for a group. That's just the preloaded text we have in there. So this is the delivery page. Say looks good next. This is what'll show up when you share the link, your metadata. So, and you can edit everything here. You can add a Google Analytics, Facebook pixel, Pinterest pixel here. Looks good next. Here's your delivery email. This one you definitely want to read through and make sure it sounds like you. This one, so it didn't leave out a step. It added a third step. It didn't put any content in there. So I'm like, okay, well, I don't want to say anything else. I'm not giving them anything else. I'll just edit that out. The link to this handout and here both go to the PDF. And no matter how many times you put it in there or send them stuff, it's like you're still gonna have people asking you for the link. That's just customer support and people, and it's okay, but it is redundant and it is intentional. So, so this is the delivery email. After they opt in, it'll open up the delivery page where they can download it, and it will simultaneously send them an email with the links. So if this is ready, and you've read it out loud, here's all the links for everything you made, and ready, set, go. We're going to publish it. And it takes us, now that everything's published, it's taken us over to CopyPack so we can promote it. That's the product builder. So I'm just going to take us, before we dive into CopyPacks, back to our dashboard. Now that you've created it, your product and its accompanying website, you'll be able to get to it from your dashboard at any time. So we could have, you probably saw you could have copied those links in that pop-up when I said publish. But as you're creating things, you'll build your library of products, whether it's your lead magnets or paid offers. And if the little check mark is yellow, then it's live. Like I said, if you just made a product, then and you didn't publish a website with it, then these would be gray. But you can just click on your links, and this is where you can find. So if you need, somebody's asking you for the opt-in page and that's what you want to send to them, you can just copy that link. The delivery page, you just want to give it to them via the delivery page, or just get the link directly to the PDF like we did at the beginning. You can grab that here. So you can always find what you made on your dashboard here and go back and edit it. Just remember that when you go back to edit something, don't just save it in the editor, go all the way through and republish it for the edits that you made to go live. All right, and I did talk without inhaling that whole time and giving anybody a chance to ask any questions. So, so with the product builder, does anybody have any questions, or is anybody stuck with making their product or their website?
We posted some questions in the chat while you were talking. So
Oh, okay. Let me find the chat, which is hard for me to do when on
do
screen.
you want me to ask you though?
Yeah, hold on. Yeah,
Kelly asked if it would be a paid or a free community we send them to when we link to the Pagewheel sales page for them to join a community if we want to do a paid community. So can they link to a paid community in the email?
you can put any link in there you want.
Yeah.
How the mechanics of that, of I think like a Facebook group, if you're not in the group, Facebook does all that magically where you have to like request to join, and then you would do your review to make sure that they actually paid before you're going to let them in. So that should work just fine. Yes, Jennifer, progress and perfection. Amen.
I asked if, and because I know this, but I know a lot of people might not, those batches that you were showing us, can you use them in your paid products as well as your free ones? Like if I'm making a paid product, can I use those batches without a problem?
1,000%. Everything here is for you to make life easier on you, to make the things your audience loves you for. We just want to make life, we want you to be able to get this stuff out there fast.
We honest people don't want to be stealing your stuff, but if you're telling us that we can take this and use it for paid products, we should.
It's so funny. You know what's funny, Kim, is like we laugh about this, Holly and Rachel and I, because it's like this whole thing is we love you guys and we want to make this so easy. It's like use it for yourself, use it for your clients, give it to your affiliates. If there's any of our ready-made stuff, it's like we're making these tutorials and these share funnels on these workshops. It's like there's always going to be a share funnel, that you can share to your Pagewheel account where it's already done. And the idea is like, oh, now you don't even have to make it. You can just change the brand colors. Probably don't want about Janine in there or something. But it's like just make whatever customization changes you need to make, and by all means use it, get it out to the world, because your audience is different than my audience. I don't have a real estate agent audience. I make stuff for, that I'm not using for myself, but say two different people who watch the workshop grab it to use it, they're just, your voice and how you speak and the people who are attracted to you are different. Or say in the case of real estate agents, you have different areas. It's like you can all use the same things, and you are the unique thing that people are attracted to, and make your audience love you and your things work for them because you speak their language in the way they need to hear it. So by all means, grab these things and use them. They're for you.
So steal their stuff.
Steal our stuff all day long, please, and have fun doing it. Mwahahaha. Okay. Yes, done is better than perfect all day long.
I heard somebody say once that the thing that's out there in the world, even if it's only at 80% of what you think it can be, is better than that 0% you're getting when it's still in your head.
Yeah.
And again,
Janine,
yeah.
one of the new folks here is Beth Ogg. I met her through a friend, and she is in charge of marketing both online and off their, it's called First Light Home Care, I think is the name of it, but it's an in-home, in the person's home, elder care.
Mhm.
And so I'm thinking of things like obviously they need to build up their email list, so that they're emailing people on a regular basis, but social media and things like that. So that's what um, they've only been using this for maybe just a week or two, maybe two
Okay.
weeks.
Okay. Well, let's do
Have
this.
any brainstorming ideas about
Yep.
that?
So need help brainstorming? Use Pagewheel copy packs. Here we go. Okay, so it takes me to where I left off. But yeah, copy packs like you can use before you're ready to make something if you don't know what to make. And so for this, tell us about your product or program. There's an example underneath it. We have a hint here that's example weight loss program for female food addicts. And I just want to point out that this is what my thing is, who it's for, and what their problem is, right? And if you can give it all that information, then it'll give you better output. If you're not 100% sure on that because you're just starting out with your business, you can put in a phrase like "I help so and so with whatever it is you help them with," and that will also get you some good answers. So here we have, what did you say? It's in-home care services for,
World.
yeah,
For the elderly
for older people.
or elder care.
Is this for older people who still live on their, still who live alone? Or
Some of them do.
that's not, yeah,
Yeah, Beth can better talk about that. Yeah. I don't
yeah,
know if Beth can hear us or not. She
yeah.
might have had to go out.
Who need some help, but not full-time assistance? Or maybe they do in the
Some
home.
of them, yeah. I think
Yeah,
they
I
do
don't know.
that too, but I'm not
Yeah.
sure.
Well, and these are all different angles for different needs, subsections of that audience, right? So we'll just, okay, for elderly people, we'll just say in their own home. Okay, and keep
Yeah.
a little broader. So we'll do that. And then we are brainstorming what for lead magnets. Is that what we're doing?
I don't know if they're doing so much more lead magnets as they are mostly social media currently right now. Beth can correct me if I'm wrong,
Okay.
but
Well, let me just go
using
back to let me just go back to general brainstorming for a minute. And because there's two things that come up for me right off the bat is this is it's like there's who is your actual target audience, right? So because the services are for these people, but you have a whole
the
nother
target
audience,
audience is probably the grown children.
the children or the grandchildren, right? So we go over here. So pick your content pack. For brainstorming, go to business branding, and you want to pick my avatar, head and heart objections, and head and heart solutions. Because these help you. It's like your customer avatar is more than a set of demographics. So like
Okay.
it's more than, it's like, so for this, it's like my parents are in their 80s. I'm a Gen Xer, right? So I might be a person who needs these services for my parents. And I'm a female and females make the most, purchase decisions in the home, and they're usually the caretakers. So you
Yeah.
might be targeting, females ages, I don't know, 45 to 65, for their super elderly parents or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Those are just
Mm-hmm.
demographics. What these copy packs do is like you need to understand my pain points, the language I speak in my head, because you need to speak my language or else you're not the right person for me as your potential
Okay.
customer, right? And
Right, right.
so when you get in here, my best customer is, okay, so this, as you can see, like we were just mentioning, this is specifically targeting the elderly person themselves. They value their independence, they cherish their home environment, they want some care, right? Okay, so that's who these copy packs are designed for right now.
Right.
And So this is getting what are their needs, and this is along, you know, Maslow's hierarchy of needs. What are their physiological needs? What do they need? What and where their potential problems are. That's what this My Avatar copy pack will help you with. The head and heart
Okay.
actions, now it's like, okay, they know they need help. Listen, most people, if this is the customer we're talking to, we know that most people don't like to ask for help, but they know they need it. They've known they've needed it for a long time. It's like, say, giving up driving, right? It's like, if they ever decided to
Right.
give up driving, something scared them more than once, right? So,
Yeah, like it or
but
not, this is it's an event-driven industry.
yeah, pretty much.
It's almost always it's Thursday afternoon and we got to find a place for them on Friday because something happened.
Right. So in here, in all these reasons they say no, it's like this tells us what's going on in their head and how you relate to them. So they're worried about the quality of care of the provider, right? And so your
Yep.
content is, you know, you'd like some help, but you're nervous about meeting a stranger, hiring a stranger, having a stranger in your home. There's three ideas right there. You know, how do you find a good place? How do you find a good, you know, it's like the agency might have a good reputation, but how do you screen the person? Because these people aren't, you know, it's like only what 1 to 2% of the population are business owners, and most other people, other than managers, maybe don't have experience hiring and firing people. And so
Yeah.
they're meeting people and they don't want to be rude to them, but they don't like them, but they don't want to say no. So they might meet somebody and then cancel the service and then not get help anymore because that wasn't the right person for them, right? Because they
Right.
didn't
Yeah.
understand how it works. So there's all these things and reasons why they say no that you can riff off of to provide valuable content for them that is directly addressing the fears that they have that's stopping them from getting the help they need. So so you can get all kinds of ideas for your social media content off of head and heart objections. And then likewise in head and heart solutions, these are the reasons. So reasons they say yes. This is where, again, you're riffing off of these reasons to show this is positioning yourself as an expert, that you know what they need, that you can provide what they need, right? The question is like, she read my mind and answered the question before I even had it. Wow, she's amazing, right? So these are all the head and heart solutions are all a great place to get ideas for your content, whether it's your lead magnet or just your social media content, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. Elizabeth said she had to jump off and run to urgent care, so I'm not sure what happened, but
Yeah.
I'm going to send her.
No,
Where can we
that's
find
fine.
these recordings?
This is recording, and actually, it's like today's workshop is social media content. But this whole concept of using these three for getting into your customer's head are in several of the knowledge base posts, and I'm going to do a separate one just on this.
Okay.
Because it's a common thing, right? Whether we're trying to come up with ideas for products or services or social media content around it, this is really, really useful for getting ideas. Even if it's like, you know, you may have been around for a while, you have a thriving business, you know your audience really well, this can still be a good place to go back and just look at it fresh and get more ideas for them. Okay, so and then going back here, in-home care services for how would we put that? So if I wanted to target the kids
What if you said for your loved one or something like
or
that?
your loved
Yeah, for
one,
your
that's a great
parent,
one.
for your
Yep,
aging parent.
yep. And that's why live office hours are awesome because we have all these brains.
Did you
Yay!
show us where to find where are these recordings living?
I will get to that. Let me get the
Okay,
survey
thank you.
generating. Sure.
Yeah.
So as I'm getting my system down, okay, wait, here, let's take a look at this. Someone who values their loved one's health, safety, and well-being seeks professional assistance to ensure that their loved one receives the highest quality of care and support in a familiar and nurturing environment. Okay, so now this is language is all targeted towards that person. And so you can see now that we have these also objections and solutions, it's like tons and tons of content ideas and topics.
Right. And you can use some of these as prompts for the social media content creation. So you're not having to come up with just the right prompt. Okay.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want, because that's how you connect with your audience. And the more specific, the more you can get in their head and speak their language,
right,
then the more effective and engaging your content will be. Yay. Okay. So, and that, by the way, is how you use copy packs when you're brainstorming. And our workshop is about creating content. So we're going to go through a bunch of these other ones in just a few minutes. But first, it's like, does anybody have any questions about that so far?
no, this was super helpful.
Okay.
This is fabulous.
Yay.
Hi. So can you just review that again? I missed that first part. So you punched in in-home healthcare, and then did you go to the select the options you want?
Yeah. So what I did was, so in-home care services for your loved one. And we
Okay.
went to business branding here.
Oh, business branding. Okay.
Yeah. So the question was, where
Understand.
do we get ideas if we don't know
All
what we
right.
want to make? And so if we want ideas, whether it's for a lead magnet or a product or social media content, this is where Pagewheel copy packs can help you brainstorm. So
Oh,
this was the example. We had someone on this call. They had to leave the call, but they provide these services. Okay. And now we're going in here saying my avatar, head and heart objections, and head and heart solutions. Those are the
I
things you want to
see.
check.
Okay.
Yeah, when you're brainstorming.
Okay, good. But you don't have to type in the word brainstorm.
No.
Okay.
No, no.
Excellent.
Yep.
That's great. So number one, and then copy pack. Do you pick anything for that?
That's business branding.
Business
Is where
branding.
you'll find
Okay.
these options. Yeah.
Okay. And then you just select all those other. It's excellent. Oh my gosh.
And April asked the question of where can we find this stuff later? And I'll show you. It's like as I'm pulling ahead from the new year, starting off the new year with the flu and everything, and preparing for our workshops in advance. This time I have a blog post ready to go before we have the workshop. So in our knowledge-based blog, this is what we're doing today. I'm recording the workshop. Once Zoom is done processing that, I'm putting it on our YouTube channel, and I will also embed that video into the blog post. So we haven't done this yet, so it's not here, but that's where you'll be able to find them later. And this was step by step what we just talked about. Know your audience, get to copy packs. Here's a good prompt to put in and describing how to do that. Here's the things we just said. Business branding, pick these options. It's super, super step by step. Because I know I'm doing something for the first time. And it's walking you through the whole thing.
Nice.
Here's the objections. Here's the solutions. So you'll have the video. If you're a video person, you like to follow along. But the blog post itself is also in the knowledge base, is the step by step.
That's great, but that's not live yet.
The blog post is, but the video is not, because we're making it during this workshop.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. And then on the if you're on you should be on the Pagewheel email newsletter. When it comes out every week, it will also have links to whatever the topic is that we publish that. So you'll get the link to the YouTube video and the blog post.
Okay.
Yep.
Beautiful. Okay. Thank you.
Yay. All right. So So, wow, I'm gonna have to figure this out. So as far as time wise, so we did a demo, we kind of covered some of what we're actually going to do today. So let's just press on with that. We're going to shift over to a super popular topic that I see coming up in my feeds. People are trying to sell Chat GPT prompts. They're like, get 365 days of social media content, right? So we're going to show you how to do that with Pagewheel. Which again, so I'll go a little quicker since we just did it, but it was perfect, is if you are brainstorming, then you want to put your prompt in here. We have the hint that has these parts of what is your program or product? Who do you serve? And what is their problem? A weight loss program for female food addicts is our example, right? Okay, so we'll just put that in here as our example. And then when you're brainstorming ideas, you can go to business branding, my avatar, head and heart solutions, head and heart objections, and get those copy packs like we said. This is helping you find your message, right? Once we have that, and I won't go through and do all that again. Once we have that, then the next thing you want to do is go to your social content and you want to create your social calendar. So you're going to go take me to my copy. And we talked about this a little bit last week, but for you guys who came here from already knowing Rachel and her thing, this particular knowledge base post, this is the one that parallels Rachel's social system. So Rachel's social system is something you guys got as a bonus when you got Pagewheel, but it's Rachel's method before she created Pagewheel. So that's still a great place to see how Rachel thinks and how she does things. But this one is the updated version of how to do her social system using Pagewheel. So you can do it a lot faster and not have to work so hard for it, which is what we all want, right? Okay, so social calendar, it gives us all kinds of examples, ideas for different social media content. And what you want to do is read through this, and you know your audience better than anybody or any AI tool. You would go through here and pick if there's any that don't apply to your audience, if it's not relevant or it's a little off the mark, just don't use it. But go through here and cross out the ones you don't like, keep the ones that you do like. Okay, as far as the content ideas. Then, then you want to mix it up and map your content over to a calendar. So whichever ones you like, I recommend mixing it up. So we talked about our previous example was one audience was the elderly people who need in-home care services themselves. And another segment of our audience are the loved ones who want to get care for them. Those are two different audiences. And so you would want to create, say, a social calendar for both of those audiences, but you don't want, say, the month of January to be at one segment and the month of February to be at the other. You want to take these and mix them up, sprinkle them around your calendar. If you were here a couple of weeks ago for our annual planning, you're also sprinkling them around the other things that you're going to be launching during the year. So you want to take the ideas you like from this copy pack, sprinkle it around your calendar, and then keep doing that. You can either click generate new copy here, or go back to the first page and put another prompt, just like we talked about from the head and heart objections or solutions. What's another angle? What's another pain point? What's another way you can position yourself as an expert by demonstrating for them? And you just repeat. I'm sorry, did somebody have a question? Nope. Okay, good. Sorry, I realized I talk without pausing. So, so anyway, so that's the first part. So now you fill your calendar, the remainder of your calendar from all the product launch activities that you have in there with your social media ideas. And now that you have your ideas, you can make the content itself. And depending on the idea, over here in social content are the different things that you can make, right? So we have, if it's the angle is around you offering advice and giving them tips and tricks or hacks or things like that, then you would want brand expert posts. Honestly, when we're doing 365 days worth of content, I would just go in here and get a bunch of these because we want to mix it up. We want to keep our audience entertained. We want to educate them. We want to show them we're the expert and the right person who can help them solve their problem. And fundamentally, that get to know, like, and trust you is the idea behind all of this. So meme packs is a good one, social conversation starters. Some of these are designed, again, around positioning you. Some are around getting engagement. They're all around building your audience and nurturing your audience. So this is where it gets fun. And you just start making a whole bunch of them based on what you planned in your calendar. And this will give you, so where the calendar has the idea, now we're getting the actual copy. Or if you're using our Canva templates, the actual images, wherever it is you're posting and whatever it is you're trying to do, it's like this is where you're getting the no kidding. Here's the actual Facebook post. Here's the actual Instagram post. Here's the actual Pinterest pin. And these you would then go ahead and plug into your social media scheduler. Now, what we recommend, so remember, this is 365 days of content. So you're going to be, when you're done, you have a year's worth of content. But when you're making these things, save them somewhere. Keep it organized. Because the magic, not only are you going to build your audience quickly with this stuff, which is awesome, but you're also building a bank of social media content that you can recycle and reuse again next year. So what you're going to do year 2 is you're going to take a look at these and see which ones can you use again. Because first of all, nobody is going to remember what you posted a year ago. The algorithms don't put everything in front of everybody all the time anyway, and they may not see it. And you've been growing your audience, so you have entirely new people that didn't have the opportunity to see old stuff. So you just want to make sure if you did something trending, some of your content might not be relevant if you're promoting a particular thing that you're not promoting this time around, then you wouldn't want to use that. But a good 80% of your content is probably reusable. So you want to make sure you stay organized with, the copy and the images and everything that you use so you can find it easy and use it again the next year. You also want to take a quick look at your analytics, and anything that performed really badly, don't reuse that. And anything that performed really well, whatever kind of content that was, create more of that. And that way, as you recycle your content, it gets better and better. Now, I chose, like I said at the beginning of this workshop, the 365 days of social content because it's coming up with my feeds and it's super popular. And with AI, it's so powerful. We can not only do 1 year of social content, we can do 100 years, but it gets a little crazy, right? So even though you can do this, excuse me, my little helper needs out. Okay. Even though you can, we actually recommend that you go in once a month or every other month and take a look at your analytics. And if the word analytics makes you break out in a cold sweat, it's okay. just pick like the top 5 are the best ones, the bottom 5 are the worst ones, and that's all you want to know. Which are the worst, which are the best, and do more of what performed the best for the next month. And that way, if you're looking at it more often, then you're improving it faster and your audience grows faster. So it's actually a better idea to pay attention to what's going on and how your audience and how it's responding before you put that next batch out there. So that's just a pro tip. So even though you can make 365 days, you could do the year's worth and then review it and just do some light replacement. There's different ways to go about it, whatever works for you. But we really recommend looking at what was performing. So you get better and your audience loves your stuff more. Okay, so are there any questions about that?
Janine, this is super. Thank you.
Yay, I'm glad
I
you like it.
Yes, thank you, thank you. So you just answered my question because when you say brainstorming, um, if I'm going to talk to the family caregivers or the family or the elder, the brainstorming helps to see which one's going to be clicking in the most. Because sometimes I shift it around, as you say, sprinkle it around,
Mhm.
and I'm trying to create an expertise for different different parts of the audience within one genre, like caregiving or
Yeah.
an aging family.
Mhm.
So through the brainstorming process and checking analytics later on, am I correct in saying that then I might find a certain concentration that starts growing, and then that could be my niche or profile?
Yes. You double down on what works and
Yeah, double down with what works. I
because
see.
whatever is working the best are the people that are responding the best to you. That's your
Hmm.
audience.
I see. I see.
So
Okay, thank you so
Janine,
much.
did you see what Kim just put in the chat? Where would we find something similar to that in Pagewheel?
Something similar to what
She
specifically?
said, here's what ChatGPT gave me. Similar to this would be good, like holding hands, a close-up
B-roll.
shot of a younger, blah, blah, blah. It's like,
I just said we should ask for B-roll suggestions to go with our videos.
Oh, B-roll suggestions. Okay, so we have oh, that's a good question, Kim, because I know we have
I don't
meme
think they have
packs,
it.
right?
Yeah, you do. And you've got videos, which like they give the script and everything, it's great. But sometimes I just want to do like an inspirational, and you can shoot a lot of B-roll early. Sorry, my camera's off. And you can shoot a lot of B-roll on your camera for like 10 seconds of this, 15 seconds of that, and then you can overlay it with quotes or whatever. So I was just showing what I could do in ChatGPT, and I know Pagewheel's better, right?
That's
I was like,
right.
we should ask if they'll give us B-roll suggestions too, because if you don't ask, you never know.
Right. And so that's right. So guess what I'm putting on the list? B-roll
See?
suggestions based on
Boy, I
this.
love
yeah, that's
Pagewheel
what I'm
so
thinking too, Kim, because when I'm teaching my clients,
yeah,
use Pagewheel, you're going to need memes, you're going to need carousels, you're going to need static photo post, and you're going to need reel suggestions,
yeah,
not REAL,
Right.
REEL suggestions. And B-roll still, B-roll's not going to be hot forever, but B-roll's hot right now still.
yeah.
And
But it's
then
easy. Yeah.
the text on the top, the overlay text comes from Pagewheel.
Yep. Viral hooks and stuff.
Yep.
All kinds of things.
Yeah.
Video script, like it'll give you the script, and you're like, okay, I got a script, but what could I put behind this so I don't have to act the whole thing out?
Yeah. And so we do have just something that you said, right, April. It's like over here in social media, social content, we do have where's our reels? Where'd our reels go? Hmm. What happened?
think I remember at one point,
Oh,
I can't
yeah.
remember who it was saying that the tweetable posts was the same thing.
Okay,
but I could be
we have
wrong.
a here in video scripts, we have a tip and teach reel outline. That's what I was thinking was reel in the name. And then what were you just saying? I'm sorry, over the
The
Pinterest.
tweetable posts, there was one of the trainings talked something about the tweetable posts and how that even though it's not, it doesn't have to be directly for tweetable, but it can be tweaked for the other purposes.
It was a Holly teaching, wasn't it? I think I remember that one.
Probably.
Yeah. I don't know that twist, so now I'm gonna have to go and ask her.
And I could be misunderstanding it because it was when I was literally like day brand new, but I remember hearing something about it.
Yeah.
We
No,
use
and
them a lot. I
actually
use them
kind
a
of
lot on
thinking that
my
I saw something in the group where somebody was telling Holly that it had made it was a food blogger, something had made a video for them based on a prompt they got out of here. I'm sorry guys, I don't know the answer to that, but Holly will be on office hours Friday. So you can ask her directly on Friday, and then I'm gonna try to find that answer too. I need to know that. I need to know everything.
Janine, it might be nice to have like one area where people could put in their own prompts. Like, can you give me ideas for this sort of reel like you can in ChatGPT? And that way people could just have one area. If it's not listed or they can't find it, they could just ask in Pagewheel. And then if you guys monitor that, then you'd know, oh, what new features people really need or want.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a great idea. Please stand by while I note that. Yeah. So like a little window into Chat GPT, so you can just stay in Pagewheel and keep working. That's a great idea. Super genius. We have all these geniuses here. It's amazing. Okay, that's awesome. Thank you for that, guys. Okay, oh, and here's Kim's prompt. I'm grabbing that too, Kim. I'm catching them, copying all this stuff. Modeling, right? We don't copy, we model. Except you guys can take anything we make for you and totally copy it.
We can steal your stuff. Yeah.
You
It's just
steal
I know that ChatGPT is something that we can use it, and I use the free version. But if it's all in Pagewheel, why not?
Yeah. And that's, I mean, obviously Pagewheel doesn't do everything, but it definitely speeds up a lot of the bulk of the things that you do. It's like I still jump over to ChatGPT and do some things, but I prefer to
Yeah.
stay in one place and get it all done too. And we want to build out more things for you. So yeah, if you're new here, actually, it's like we take requests. If you find a bug, let us know. And there's all different ways to let us know. If you're in Pagewheel, we have live chat during the week, during daytime business hours. We have hello@pagewheel.com if you want to email us. We have our Facebook group. And then, of course, anytime during these live office hours, it's like we are building this for you. So,
Did you show where to find the recordings and I missed it?
oh, where to find the recordings? So the recordings are getting posted on our YouTube channel.
Are they public or private?
They are public. So
Okay.
this is Fridays. This is our product launch planning that we did. It's already up there.
Ooh, yay.
Once I get them published, I am also embedding them into the knowledge base post. So you can find them in two places. And then all these
Okay.
are also coming out in the email newsletter. So there's a couple different ways to find them.
And then is the knowledge base post the learn.pagewheel.com?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. So like for this one, for today's, here, I'll put it in the chat. Here's for today's. And then once I've got the recording from this rendered and everything, sometime later today, I'll get that posted to YouTube and put the link in the post. So that will happen. But if you want to just read and follow the steps, it's already there. Okay, so one question I owe you guys from Friday was about the Amazon presentation that Rachel gave. And so what that led to was Rachel gave me a batch. She goes, I don't know which Zoom recording. So she gave me links to about a dozen, and I will dig through them. But we're going to set up a process for when Rachel does things like that. We'll get them into the knowledge base and on the YouTube channel on the regular. So I got to do a little cleanup and find it, but I will get it for you guys. And we will be definitely adding Amazon step-by-step tutorials for Pagewheel in the knowledge base in the future as well. So, big picture wise, what we did annual planning for product launches, and then for both your paid offers and then lead magnets, and left that off with, and then once you've got all those activities in your schedule, now you're gonna fill in the rest with your social media stuff with your nurturing thing, audience growing and nurturing. And then we also had a column for our email activities. So next week, we are going to dive into creating those emails for your newsletters and onboarding your people and nurturing them email marketing. So that's the topic for next week. And with that, it's like you'll have all the core activities for product development, funnel building, getting leads, nurturing your audience that you will use all year long. Yay. And then we'll start doing deep dives into more specific topics as examples. But that's the general plan of what we're doing on these workshops. And if you have any requests, by all means, love to hear what you guys would like to hear about. Yay. All right. You're welcome. Thanks, Stephanie.
Thank you, Janine.
You're
Can you tell me
welcome.
how do you get to the YouTube channel in general
That's a good question.
for all the recordings? Because I got the one that you just sent for the 365 days, but I was just
Okay.
wondering.
Okay,
I
hold
missed
on a second and I will just show you.
Okay.
Okay, so
Probably just called Pagewheel, right?
yeah, you can just search Pagewheel, but I just to show you here. So like here in the chat, here's so annual planning. So it's January. It's really better to do this in December ahead of time. But here we are in January now. Okay, hold on, let me share so you can see it. And share my screen. Yay. Okay, so annual planning. So it's January. It's really better to do this in December ahead of time. But here we are in January, and that's okay too. So the idea here is, like I said, planning for the year that you can use this for yourself. You can use it for help your affiliates understand how they can use Pagewheel throughout the year to create products and promote them. Okay, guys, it's not me. Somebody's playing the video and they're not writing for clients. You can give them, here's all the things I can do. Plan your year for you and all the wonderful things we're going to do to grow your business. So
just mute Annette.
That's what I'm trying to do. Hold on, I gotta find that. Okay, somebody's mute. Okay, thank you. Okay, so let me do that again. So if you're on YouTube, let me stop this from playing. Once you're on here, down here you can subscribe. And then you will get announcements when we post new ones, and you can go in here and see what we've got. If you click on Pagewheel here, then this is where you can find all the videos, just all the videos, or broken down by playlist. So we have Feature Fridays, tutorials, marketing and sales, and straight AI content. And we'll start putting these, the tutorials is where you're gonna find our workshops.
That would be another really awesome template pack is YouTube thumbnails.
Noted.
Because we could use YouTube thumbnails from the viral hooks and descriptions.
Yep.
Not that we want all of it, but we want all of it.
We do want it all, and we want it to be easy. My lifelong search for instant gratification continues, right?
That's right.
That's right. Okay, Annette, did that answer your question? Or
absolutely. Thank you so much.
Okay, awesome. All right, guys. Well, that's all we've got for today. Thanks. I will try to do better keeping it inside of our hour next time to respect your time. And I'll see you next week. Bye.